Okay. Hi, Joe. Good
Hello.
afternoon. Nice to see you again. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Good.
doing okay.
Good. So you've just come on to have a chat and tell everybody else about your experience of having hypnotherapy with me. So you started back in October, I think it was, wasn't it, last year?
Yeah.
And then we had about 15 sessions, I think, from when I looked earlier. So I think it was a good 4 months. I think you were kind of stopped just before lockdown, didn't you?
Yes.
From what I remember.
Yeah, because we'd actually planned to stop just prior to it. We didn't know lockdown was going to happen.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you just want to explain a little bit to start with about why you chose to have hypnotherapy, and why you decided to start sessions.
Yeah, life took a real bad turn. Being diagnosed with breast cancer in May last year. I didn't really know where to go. There was lots of forums, Macmillan, there was all sorts of things, but I couldn't really grasp, sort of doing it on the telephone and people not really understanding. Hypnotherapy, people had spoken about it. I was a little bit sceptical, to be honest, but still went ahead. And yeah, it worked wonders for me and still does. So yeah, it really helped through a very difficult time going through all my treatment, which is luckily all finished now.
Yay. Good. So you said that you were a bit skeptical about it, as I think safe to say most people are. So what had you heard? What were you expecting? And what was it actually like the first time?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm quite open-minded, so I was open to anything. But you see hypnotherapy, don't you, in the old films where they're waving like a pocket watch in front of them, just trying to make them go to sleep and do things. But no, it wasn't like that. It's much more sort of mindfulness, taking a step back, working on positives that are going on in your life, and not being able to, you can't change anything, you don't know what's happening, and so in those ways, that's the way I saw it. So I was quite open-minded, because obviously times change and it wasn't going to be like that at all. So yeah, that was my vision, really.
Good. Okay. So when did you feel like you first started to see any results, any changes in yourself? So like roughly how many sessions would you say you started to really notice a difference?
I'm going to say probably two to three started noticing a difference. But it was probably my husband that noticed the change more than I did. I didn't realise you're doing it, and it helps, and it helped calm things, so I was able to sleep better. And but he probably noticed it in my mood, even more so. But probably about 2 or 3 sessions.
Good. And you said that he noticed your mood was better and your sleep. So what other results did you see over time?
I think with it, started to focus more on myself rather than, I can't change other people either. Things wanted, we didn't know what the future held. But all I could do was just work on me, not other people. That changed a lot, made me help me focus on things that I needed to do and I wanted to do, rather than what other people were doing. So that was good.
Good. And what physical changes did you see then, if any? Obviously, I know that was a tricky one for you at that time, but do you think that you saw any?
Yeah, actually, massively. Stopped drinking. I probably only drink once a month, all in all, because I think I was drinking way too much. And since then, I've lost 2.5 stone in weight as well.
Wow, I didn't realise that you'd lost that much. I knew you'd lost a bit,
Yeah,
but wow, that's incredible.
yeah, 2.5 stone. It's focused me on exercising, yeah, and just really straightened my mind up to do things to feel better in me. And then when I spoke to my oncologist last, he said I sounded fantastic, sound really positive. Losing the weight and being the way you are is almost like chemotherapy in itself.
Yeah.
So it really supports everything that they want as well. So, yeah.
Oh, that's so good to hear. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, I'm really pleased for you.
Yeah. So it's really turned it around. And if I do have a little wobble and I can't sleep or anything, then I always revert back. I put my headphones on and go to sleep with it on as well. So
Oh, brilliant.
I do still use it.
I was just going to ask you, that was my next question, was what techniques and coping mechanisms have you applied to daily life and taken forward from sessions?
Yeah, just breathing. Sometimes I might go in the bath and put it on in the bath just to have a relax there. But most of the time it tends to get that you've sort of wound up towards the end of the day. So it tends to be, I'll get into bed, I'll have a hot drink and then just settle down and put that on, and it pretty much sends me off. And if I wake in the night and I'm struggling and my brain's going wild, again, I'll do it then, and it helps me refocus and calm down.
Oh, fantastic. Well done. So what was your favourite part of having sessions? What was your least favourite part?
Oh, I was going to say, I don't know if it was a least favourite part, but the difficult thing
Most difficult part then, yeah.
The difficult bit was probably actually pinpointing positives that have happened through the week, but they can be really, really tiny things that are positives rather than any of the negatives. So even just managing, well, I got out and I went for a really nice walk is actually a positive. So all those sort of things that you just take for granted and do are all positive things. So, and I found that quite difficult, sort of, but that's just what I do. No, but it's a positive thing. Yeah.
And did that become easier over time to recognise?
Yes. Yeah. And I found it easier to mention it to other people. It's like, no, don't look at the negatives. So I'll even do it with the younger one and even say to her, what's all the positive things that you've done today? You know, you've baked a cake and you've done that. They were really, really good things. So it's helped to sort of have a knock-on effect to other people as well, that there's a lot of positives that have happened, even though, you know, something bad might have happened that day, but there was, 5 good things. So that's a good thing that's come out of it as well.
Good. So you're doing well now, which is amazing news, and you look really, really well and healthy. So how would you say that it's helped you, like on a long-term basis? Just what impact did it have on your life going forward?
Going forward, it is working just day to day, because you can't do anything about the past, you can't do anything about the future, so you've just got to go with what you've got now. And so just go with it. So each day just keep going, rather than trying to think or plan for 5 years time, because nobody really knows what's 5 years time. There's all sorts of things that can happen, so just go with the flow, really. So that's
Sorry. And how do you think it helped you through lockdown? You just said that nobody obviously knows what's going to happen. Nobody knew this was going to happen. We didn't know, really. I remember actually just before we finished, because you were meant to be going away, and I remember sitting here saying to you, oh, you'll be fine, you'll still be going.
No.
Obviously things change. So how do you think it's helped you through lockdown?
It's quite strange, actually, because I was already in my own little lockdown with going through treatment, so I hadn't really even had time to readjust into normal life, whatever normal is now, but normal life. I'd only just started to do it, and then we got thrown into lockdown, so that it was a little bit difficult to begin with, but again, it stopped in the here and now. There's nothing we can do about it. So where people are flapping, it's like everybody's in the same boat.
Yeah.
It's all new, nobody knows, so we've just got to go with it. We just got to get up each day and just keep going, and that's exactly what I've done, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think the time's flown. I've done all sorts of bits and pieces, and yeah, it will get back to a normality eventually, and we've just got to ride the storm, I think.
Yeah,
So
it's that
it's definitely helped through
mindset,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, and thankfully, I'd say thankfully that I'd done all that, because I think I would have probably just not coped at all through it. I think it would have driven me insane. So having already got into that mindset and being more focused, and yeah, it really helped. So I've not found lockdown a massive issue, to be honest.
Good. And then last thing to ask you is just what would you say to anybody who's maybe umming and ahhing about having hypnotherapy, and what advice would you give them going forward?
Yeah, I would definitely say to them, go for a consultation, because it's not, I think people worry too much about what other people think all the time.
Yeah,
and I think nowadays it's just, you've got to do anything to, you know, have a good mindset to carry on. But yeah, I would definitely 100% recommend to go forward and go with it, for sure. I think there's other therapies, they're not for everybody. Sometimes you don't know whether they really get what you're looking for, and I found that I found it through doing this, really.
Oh, good. Thank you so much, and I'm so glad that you're doing well now, and I'm really privileged that you let me be a part of your journey. So
yeah, crazy journey as it was. Yeah, you were a massive part of it, actually, because it's
make me emotional on camera.
Well, it's what got me through. Yeah.
Oh, don't. But thank you. No, you're amazing, and it was brilliant.
No,
thank you. Right, thank you, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, take care. Thank you.
Bye.